You know, rarely do we review motorcycles on the program that don't sport a license plate. However, over the past 2 years during the COVID lockdown, off-road trail riding has really taken off here in Canada. I mean, what a great way to enjoy the great outdoors and have tons of fun in a totally socially distanced kind of way. And when it comes to trail bikes, how lucky was it that Kawasaki brought back their super popular KLX300R just at the right time? I mean, back in the early 90s, this bike was huge. Well, now it's back, and this time with electric start and a liquid-cooled, fuel-injected 292cc dual overhead cam single. Mated to that engine is a super lightweight clutch and a 6-speed transmission, while the 300R's KYB 43mm upside-down fork is adjustable for compression, and its gas-charged piggyback-type shock is adjustable for preload, rebound, and compression. Both ends delivering just over 28 centimeters of travel. Weighing in at 130 kilograms, the KLX300R is a pretty light and easy trail machine, perfect for a day of play in the dirt. But you don't have to take my word for it. Here now is this week's off-road tester, our off-road riding expert, Emily Roberts.
Well, Emily, I have to say congratulations, because this is the first time in 32 years we have road tested a motorcycle that doesn't have a plate on it. This is clearly an off-road play bike, but because of COVID, sales of these bikes have been going through the roof, right?
It is absolutely incredible to see the off-road market expanding the way it has. And you know, it's so great to see a bike like this that's so versatile for all skill levels, all user levels. I have to say, I was extremely ecstatic when you told me that I got to ride this bike.
Yeah, well, because it says play and you got to go and play. So what was your first impression when you saw the bike come off the trailer?
Well, you know, when I saw it, it looks and feels like a light bike, but I love the ergonomics of it, the positioning of the foot pegs in relativity to the handlebars. You know, it's just a well set up trail machine.
Right.
It's meant for enduro riding. You could hit the roads, the logging roads, go fast, or you could hop into single track at any time, and it's just got great torque. It's a good bike.
You mentioned the logging roads. I thought as soon as we saw that it had 6 speeds, right? You could open this up and really fly.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I just playing on some of the roads around here, the gravel, it goes, and you can wind it out really nicely. At the same time, though, it's got really nice low-end torque for any of the trails that you're going to be doing. If you end up being in too high of a gear in the trail, that's okay. It's still going to chug along. It is a torquey, low-end bike where it performs, but it's still got a really nice high end of each gear.
What did you think of the suspension? Is it capable?
This suspension's very capable, for sure. I think overall the suspension, maybe for somebody smaller like myself, the fork might be a little bit stiff in really rugged areas, but the fork is nice and progressive and really forgiving at the same time. And it offers a level of responsiveness in the trails where you can really have fun playing with it.
Okay, now this was bone stock right out of the crate. It really hasn't been set up, so the brakes, did they give you a good feel? The
brakes are great. I love the rear brake is great. It's very responsive. The front brake is fantastic because it's aggressive, but it's not going to throw you over the bars if you grab a handful accidentally, you know?
Right.
It is a forgiving bike overall, which is really, really quite nice.
Awesome. So how did you find it just in terms of controls? I mean, basically you've got a switch, you've got a fuel light, and an engine light. Yeah,
you know what, it's basic, it's exactly what you need. The one thing that you want to keep in mind with a bike like this when you do have an ignition button is to remember to turn it off, because the worst thing is when you're out in the trails, you go to get going again and your battery's dead because you've left your ignition on. At the same time, it is a fantastic feature on the bike.
Yeah.
It's great. The foot pegs are also very nice. They aren't super aggressive. If you were a more skilled rider, you might want to think about getting some aftermarket foot pegs that are a little bit more aggressive of a peg to get better traction.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, the placement, the lever placement is great right off the bat, and you can also adjust your handlebar risers. It's got 4 different positions where you can move your bars forward and customize that for your own ability.
Who would you recommend this motorcycle to?
Well, I would recommend it to anybody who's, you know, if you've ridden street before, you're a competent motorcycle rider, but wanting to get into dirt and not looking for something that's, let's say, gonna rip your arms off the first time you get into the trail.
Get you into the deep end too quick, right?
You don't want to get into the deep end. This bike is for an experienced rider who's getting into dirt biking.
Yeah.
At the same time though, it is still a really fun bike for somebody who's an advanced dirt rider. You know, you can have a lot of fun on this, but it's not intimidating, which is really important for the off-road segment, because we have so many new riders entering the off-road riding segment, and this is really just a relatively perfect machine for those riders looking to get into something that they're going to be able to grow with and to be able to ride for a number of years and still have a blast on.
Well, it looked like you had a lot of fun.
I did, yeah.
Nice job today.
Thank you.
Tough job. Thanks.